There are two major powers in this universe: the sun and the black sun. The sun is the source of life on this earth, is the source of light. When it's giving life, when it's giving light, it's giving life to the entire world. The black sun is Saturn, is the creator of all the sinners, all the egos in this world. The ego and the sinner is the same thing, is the same entity. In the East they call it ego, in the West they call it sinner. The sun is the eye of God, is the source of life, is the source of light. The symbol of the sun is the cross. The symbol of Saturn in astrology is a cross with a tail, because very, very long time ago, Saturn was a sun. But when this sun, Saturn, turned back to the heaven, he remained with loads of knowledge, but he lost the light. Saturn is using all the knowledge, his knowledges, to create suffering. He's living in suffering, and all the entities what are connected to Saturn is living in suffering. The way is radiating his energy is through the moon. Through the moon is infecting the moon, and then from the moon we receive the dark energy into the earth. Both the sun and the black sun are influencing the moon, but the dark energy from the moon is coming from Saturn, and all the stars what are channeled to the Saturn. We live in a world of corporations. Everything today belongs to the corporations, because the corporation word is coming from two words: corpse, which is mean dead body, and oration, oratorium from Latin, which is mean talking. So the other name of the Saturn is, actually the real name is the talking dead. Because the entire world is working for corporations, is surrendered everything to the corporation, is no one property now on the earth what do not belongs to corporation. The natural humans, they lost the earth, and everybody is working for a corporation officially through a corporation and is identified with the corporation. That's why we have the birth certificates. So everything is fraud. Then he named it the talking dead, because in reality this entity named ego and corporation in reality do not exist, is not a natural entity. This is not alive. This entity exists only because we believe in it, is only in our mind. So the whole system here is run by corporations. And the humans cannot imagine a life without corporation, because the whole system is based on corporation. Before the corporations came into existence, not every, most of the countries was run by the crown. Crown in Latin means corona, and from the corona was changed to the corporations, because through the corporations you do not run only one country. Through the corporations you run the entire world. Through the corporation everything is the corporations has no nationality. And before these corporations came into existence and the crown, before that he created already a spiritual corporation in humans. That's why the whole world is identified with the mind, with the luggage of knowledge. And when the knowledge became the self, we fall into this trap, what we call it ego. And like this, individuals came into existence. Individual divide. We are divided only through knowledge. Once that we become the knowledge, we are divided. But the soul is not a knowledge. The soul is not an information, is not made of pictures. The soul is the eye of the sun. Buddha named it awareness. I call it attention, because between attention and awareness is zero difference. There is no difference between attention and awareness. Nobody can to be aware of something, whatever it is, without attention. And nobody can to do absolutely anything to can get rid of the attention. It doesn't matter if he's suffering or if he's in happiness. Whatever state of consciousness is achieved, the attention is there. Whatever experience is coming in this inner world is coming through attention. This is the Holy See. The Vatican named it the Holy See, because this eye cannot be seen. The attention is an eye of space, is aware of everything in the mind and in the outer world, but is nothing of what is seeing. This attention belongs to the sun. That's why they name it Sole. Sun, Sole, soul. So simple. The original state of the soul, of the attention, is a sun. when we experience, when the soul is going into heaven, is going through the sun. No one soul can to go into heaven without the sun, to avoid the sun. And no one soul from heaven can to come into this universe without the sun. Because the sun is the portal, is the window from this universe to the space. We live in a bubble under the dome. The dome itself is a bubble. That's why they name it Bible. We need the Bible. If we understand the Bible, the meaning of the Bible is to get us out from this bubble. In heaven, we can go only if we get out of the bubble. From here is coming the name Bible. If we experience, if we become sun here, below the dome, we become enlightenment. Who is the king of light in this universe? Many people believe that the sun is an oven. They believe what the NASA and all these scientists of darkness is saying them. That is a very hot oven. Very dangerous. And is doing a lots of trouble now in this world. The sun is the enemy of the black sun. All the slaves of the black sun, they have the role to keep the soul, our attention, disconnected from the power, from the spiritual power of the sun. The sun with the physical eyes is seen by many people, many generations. You look at the sky and you just realize, you see who is bringing the day, correct? You see that is the most bright entity. You are not aware that is an entity because you just see light. You don't see a brain into it that is working and has knowledge. But the sun is a very powerful entity, is the God of this universe. That's why any astrologist can to say you, I don't study astrology, I'm not good in astrology. I just speak what I receive from my inner journeys. Any astrology will say you that the sun is the self. The sun is the heart of this universe. The sun is the cross. Is the cross because through the sun we can to cross out from the bubble. And through the sun we can to come into this bubble. The nature of the attention is light. And the most simple proof what anyone can to realize is that if you look into yourself, if you just close the eyes and you look into your thoughts, whatever thoughts are there, if you are aware of the thoughts, you see that the thought To see the thought, you need light, correct? But no one thought has light. No one. The thought is like a picture, is like a furniture, is matter itself. Buddha said it as well. That's why we call it thinking. Thinking is the eye into the thing. Thinking. But you cannot to think only about things. And because every single thing is limited, we stay in a world of limited. The mind can to give only a limited. That's why they name it the corporations, limited corporation. And the ego, any ego in this world is limited because the mind is limited. The role of the mind is to store information, correct? So if no one thought has light, how do we see the thought? And who is seeing the thought? And then you realize that the attention is the one who sees the thought. And if the thought has no light, that means that to be light, to see the thought, we need light. So the attention itself is light, has light, because it never loses this ability of the light, this quality of the light. It never loses. It can contract, yes, but not lose it completely. That's why the entire world of the business, of the corporations, is working on contracts. So when the light is contracted, we become poor, because the currency of life is light. The main disease of this planet, as you can see, I speak about the whole world. What is poverty. But before this poverty come into existence, we are poor in light. You see? Pouring is flowing. The light will lose light. That's why the secret societies, one of the secret societies, Illuminati. The role of the Illuminati is not about the light, is about to contract the light of humanity, to make it shrink, to be less and less and less. And the less light the soul have is in trap of darkness, cannot to see anything else except the thought, because is no space to radiate the light, is no space to connect back to the sun, to the King of Light. That's why the sun is living through blessing. The sun is blessing this world every single day with light, 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 light. This is the work of the sun. It's enormous, continuous light. And all this light of the sun is coming from heaven. That's why it's the window. Wherever this eye of space is going, because the sun itself is the eye of space, has exactly the same composition as the attention. Is an eye of space which is capturing the light from the heaven and is transmitting to us to have life here on the earth. We cannot to experience in the body the light beyond the dome of the earth, because that one is extremely, extremely high energy. That's why when someone is using psychedelics or has a near-death experience or is using a very powerful psychedelic and is saying that I have an out-of-body experience, is because that to get into heaven, that soul has to leave the body, and then it's coming back into the body. And when it's coming back into the body, that experience of high energy is not there anymore. It can be experienced, only the soul itself can experience by itself, but naked. A naked attention is there. You see? Because the eye who see, you, is common sense that has to be an eye to witness whatever is witnessing in heaven or in the spiritual world. Some people go into dark dimensions, very, very dark, and is witnessing hell. But is the same entity, is the attention. And this is the holy see. Some people confuse the third eye with the attention. No, it's not the same. When the spiritual world, when the third eye is open, the attention has access to these dimensions and is seeing. Yeah, but the entity who is seeing through the third eye is the attention itself. That's why attention never, ever, ever can to leave you. Nobody can to separate itself from attention. You can try it for 100 years. You see, the religion is saying that, everybody is saying that we are the ego, sinner, and it's true. So if only sinner is living in this body, that means that I can pray for another 1 million years, that I will never get enlightenment. I will never become one with God. I will not purify my soul completely, correct? But it's not the case, because the people who experienced already enlightenment, they are the real proof that is possible. Otherwise, Jesus Christ wouldn't come to teach us. The sages wouldn't come to teach us enlightenment. Will say us, okay, it's impossible for you as well. What's the point to teach if you cannot to be enlightenment, if you cannot to be free of the sinner, of the ego? Is no point of the religion. Is no point of any spiritual teaching. The system is working with Mr. and Miss, the title. They give us, the system give us this title. But Mr. is a mystery, and Miss is coming from missing, because this entity is not referring to a man or a woman. This title is referring to a mystery. Why? Because the ego, the self, the fake self, is a mystery, and is missing because it's always missing. So the Mr. and the missing are one, because this title is missing the essence of life. It's not real. Both of them are fake identities. That's why we use these terms. But the sun is not a mystery only for the ego. The sun is real, was always on the sky. is always on the sky and is the being of light, is the king of light. So if I look for enlightenment, when I understood that the sun, when I perceive it, the messages and the teachings of the sun from the beings of space, because they are beings of space, they are non-incarnated, no need to incarnate because they are pure. When I received these messages, I was shocked about the sun because it's the most obvious being of light of all time. In the Bible is right that in the beginning, first day was the light. Let there be light. But the light is coming from the sun. Was a time that in this universe, where we are now, in this space, because it's a space, below the dome is space, and then is coming the earth. The earth is down. In this space was only light, nothing else than light. And then was created the rest, the moon, the stars, and all the rest. Everything has consciousness. Every single star has consciousness. That's why the planets are, in reality, are stars. And they have power. But few of them are connected to the black sun, are working with the black sun. You see, the church, for a very long time, even now in Christianity, don't believe in the power of the stars, don't believe in the power of the sun. They think that is an object, is an oven, what is spinning around, not spinning, they believe that is in the space, is millions and millions miles away from us. Even if in the Bible is right about the dome of the earth, the firmament of the earth, they do not believe it because was done through education, was done a huge fraud here. For 500 years, we live in the belief that we live on a ball. They say that we live on a ball because ball is Baal. Yeah, that's why they say, because these dark entities, Baal is a very important demon, yeah, for them. Baal. And my question is this. I know that many Christians will not believe me, but I speak for those who are open, who understand. I know that I speak only for few people. My question is this: if the stars has no power over us, then tell me please, what is a year? What is a year? A year is a full cycle of the sun. Is going on date of 22, I think 22 or 21 of December, is rising from the same angle. And then on 23 is starting to come back towards the North Pole. So, and all this journey, what is doing from the South Hemisphere, every day coming a bit closer to the North Pole and going back, is a full cycle. This is a 1 year. That's why we have the Christmas on the 25th of December. In reality, this is a new year when the sun is start to come back. So they done the calendar, what we are using, the whole humanity is using, they done it from the sun, from the cycle of the sun. And then we have the week. The week, Monday is Moon Day, Tuesday is Mars Day, Wednesday is Mercury Day, Thursday is Jupiter Day, Friday is Venus Day, Saturday is Saturn Day, and then the day of the sun, Sunday. They are very clever. Why did they name it week? Why do we live in a week cycle? Because the weak entities, the weak souls, are dominated by these stars, planets. So it's showing the weakness. And to end the weakness, how is ending the weakness? With the weekend. Weekend. What do we call weekend? The sun. Sunday. Sunday. That's why we go Sunday to the church. So if these planets has no meaning into spirituality, why do we follow the week? Why the whole calendar is building on the move on the existence of the planets and the sun? So the magical 6 number is coming from the Saturn, because Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun. And in reality, when you discover the truth that the soul, the nature of the soul is the sun, then it's very, very easy and obvious that if all the stars together and the moon unite, they unite together and they try to give their best light, maximum light, can they transform the night into a day? Never. So in reality, who is bringing the day to this world? Only the sun. Only the sun has the power to end the night. The presence of the sun is the awakening of the world. The presence of the sun is enlightenment itself. The sun, the king of light. When the king of light arrives, we don't see the stars anymore, because it's the king of light. And the king of light is giving life to the entire world. Through awakening, the whole nature is waking up in the presence of the sun. The spirit of the sun is very, very powerful. That's why the weakness is ending with the sun. The sun is above astrology. The sun is the king, is above. When the soul, the attention is connected to the sun, is experiencing light, light. By simply closing the physical eyes and visualizing the sun, you already see light. Even if you can keep it only for, if you can visualize only for a few seconds, moments, or minutes, that moment that the attention is visualizing the sun is importing light into the mind. If the so-called planets, the stars, has no power, why is that the entire demonic magic world is connecting to the red star and Saturn? Why is that? Why is that all the magicians, Hollywood, and all these evil entities, they connect with this to get power to rule others? Why is that they sacrifice themselves, especially on Saturday, the Sabbath? Why is that? Because is a lot of knowledge there. Is a lot of knowledge how to enslave this world. All the knowledge is what they use is for enslavement. They are hungry for power. It doesn't matter the price. It doesn't matter the harm what is doing to the people. It's becoming blind. And the more deep they go into this black magic, that's why they call it black magic, because it's the black sun and it's the darkness, a very dark world. And through these creatures, the Hollywood came into existence. You see, the work of Jordan Maxwell is very good. He discovered a lot of things how the dark world is working. But what he did not discover, unfortunately, is that the spirit of the sun is the savior of the soul. The sun is one with the soul. And that's why he denied the existence of Jesus Christ, because he never connected with the sun. But after you realize the wonderful infinite light, what is coming from the sun, when you feel it, when you see it with the holy see, with the attention, everything become calm, quiet in you. Everything is peace, very, very powerful peace. And you realize that there is no difference between the sun and the soul, between the soul and the sole is zero difference. Zero difference. So the holy wood, Jordan Maxwell is right, the holy wood is the magic wand and is doing magic and magic and magic and magic and magic. The Hollywood is releasing loads of movies, is a factory of movies. And these movies are very important for an entity, for the souls, what are already enslaved by their own inner Hollywood, which is their consciousness. Our consciousness is a Hollywood. This spiritual Hollywood is hungry to see movies. That's why they call it cinema. They name it cinema because the cinema is sin and Emma. Emma in Hebrew language means mother. So what is a cinema? The mother of the sins. This cinema is a factory of sins only when we believe that we are the thoughts what is coming into our consciousness. Consciousness itself is space. Is inner space. And whatever is coming in this space, and we believe that is us, is me, is toxic, is heavy, because all the thoughts has their own density. The more dark, the more negative is the thought, the more dense is the self, the more heavy it is, the more confused it is, and can never be complete because there are many unseen pictures, so is running for the pictures. The reason that in a great company in Hollywood is named Universal Pictures is because we have in ourselves a universe of pictures, and all the life what we are doing, we accumulate more and more pictures. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So the education itself is coming through pictures. And we created these universal pictures. Otherwise, we cannot function in the material world, correct? But the problem is that when the pictures become the self, then we became lost. The inner space to be experienced, this inner peace to be experienced, we need inner space. So inner space is the absence of the pictures. This is what is trying many people through meditation to stay away from the pictures, to experience this space. What I see, what I realize, and what I experience is that through the sun, when in space, when I visualize the sun, the space is coming straight away because the sun is living into space, and I receive the light of the sun through space. So the space is not a bridge of separation, is not a gap of separation between the attention and the sun. The space become a bridge between the sun and the Holy See, the attention, what is in me, what is me, what is the real self. You see, that's why they name it I. I, letter I, is me. And I, E-Y-E. When you realize the self, you realize that you are an I, an infinite I, which never born and never die, has exactly the same nature as the sun. The only difference is the quantity, the volume, the quantity of the light, what is radiating, but the nature is the same because it's coming from the sun, through the sun, is a sun. So this cinema is no more is replaced with a platform of light and space, thanks to the sun. And then I realized that the attention itself is sun. And the mind, what is the moon, this inner moon, love the light of the sun. Is a healing power for the mind to receive light. Not only thoughts, the number one nutrition, the best nutrition of the mind is light. And with this light is coming peace. That's why when you visualize the sun, when the eye is seeing the sun, what you notice straight away is that no one thought is bothering you. Because for the thoughts to bother you is need to capture the attention, and the attention now is busy with the sun. And the sun is coming, the spirit of the sun, you realize that is closer and closer and closer, and is one. The spirit of the sun is one with the soul, sole. We are solarian beings. And the light is the currency of the sun. The true currency of life is light. Doesn't matter how many pictures are stored, how negative or positive are they. When you are light, it cannot be bothered. The attention cannot be bothered. Only when I disconnect from the sun, then I come back into the moon. Now, many people, few people realize that the outer universe, what is outside, is inside. Our body is a universe. Our consciousness is a universe. To live in a universe where only moon exists is not a problem. That's why we are identified with the mind. And we don't know anything else than mind, mind, mind. Moon, moon, moon. So if I say that the sun is is the essence of life, is the heart of life, it's not common sense that we need in this universe, in this inner universe, we need the sun. It's not common sense that the sun, because if you look outside, you realize the world, the scientists realize as well that only through light the nature, the plants and animals can receive life. Yeah, but inside is the same thing. And when the sun is inside in this inner universe, is making its presence, the attention realizes, wait a second, because I am the sun. I am the son of the sun. I am the eye of the sun. Then the sun becomes the most important. This entity becomes the most important entity of my life, because it's my heart. The attention is the heart of the consciousness. That's why consciousness, nobody can to experience anything else than nobody can to experience nothing except through the attention. A free attention is a sun. Is a sun. If you go to the old cultures, they call them primitive people. The Native Americans from North America, they knew this thing. They knew this thing, and they lived in harmony with the nature. They lived in harmony, and they traveled all around the continent there because they enjoyed They enjoy the life even if they had such a primitive instruments, what it seems to us. But that lifestyle for them was good until was coming the slaves of the black sun. And they said, for us is no good because these people, they know the truth. And these people will not obey our rules and lest to destroy them all. And like this, they destroyed the entire, in the name of the Bible, you see? In the name of the money. They destroyed, they tortured them. It was horrible, horrible, horrible pages of history there. Because the sun, the beings who are aware of the sun is a danger for the system of darkness. Now become more and more obvious for more and more people that the Hollywood is a very dark place. Is a factory of illusions. Is most of the movies are about fighting, killing, weapons, swearings, and all kind of negative, to give you negative emotions in you. You see, the Hollywood, the movie to exist, that's why they call it movie, because the pictures are in continuous movement. It's like in the consciousness, the thoughts, the ways running. The thoughts are a flow of pictures. Pictures. So they created this Hollywood to feed the mind with this dark energy. And the actors, when someone is acting, is pretending to be someone else, correct? And the actors are in big trouble there, because very dark things are going on there. They are separated from the sun. They lose the light. They know that they are in huge trouble there. The society is looking with respect to them because they are not aware. They are not aware what is going on there. It's a very, very dark thing. So even the name where they place it, the Hollywood, is saying us in the face, Los Angeles. But Los Angeles is about lost angels. Los Angeles is about the lost angels. This is the meaning. And look now at the city. Horrible things are going on there. And look what is going. If you understand what is going there in Hollywood, I don't think you will switch on to your movies. And that's why the famous movie Lord of the Rings of Satan. And what is in that movie? Only very ugly creatures. But the people are still watching, you see. They find it interesting. They say it's entertainment. But entertainment is about entertained into the mind. Entertainment in the mental. This is the activity of the society. Is not interested about the true self. Is not interested about the light, because he's saying, look, I need matter, I have to pay my bills, my this and that, I need only matter. So they are only slaves to the matter. The mask, the famous mask, what was on the coronavirus, is the whole coronavirus is a game of the black sun. Because the corona is coming from the crown, yeah? The crown of suffering. And The mask is the name of the ego, because the ego is a mask. And when the actors are playing, who are they? They have to wear a mask. You see, the theater itself is a mask. They play someone, the role of someone what is not. That's why they say us that we have a role in this society. Everybody has a role, but a role is played by the actors. The famous red carpet, what is connecting is a connection to the Mars, the red planet, red star, because Mars is a very dark energy, is a planet of fight, wars, blood, thirsty, and that's why we see the stars everywhere now. Any decoration, we see it on flags, we see it on the weapons, tanks, army, star, 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 star. What is promising to the people, to these becoming actors? What is the big magnet there of the Hollywood? You become a star, but they don't realize that they become the slave of the very, very evil star. They just look at the money, they look at the fame, and the fame, the price of the fame is the flame of suffering. That's why they are the way it is. But who is an actor without viewer? How much important, how great name has an actor without viewers? If he's playing in some movies where are no viewers, zero viewer. What is the value of that actor? Zero. When the soul, the mind, is flooded with light, when the soul is one with the sun, this inner Hollywood disappears straight away, instant, like this, pack. And it's coming into existence when it's no light, when the eye is not the sun. The word light has two very, 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 very important meanings. The first meaning is lightness, no weight. No weight, very, very light. The self is light. It's not affected by the thoughts, it's not identified with the thoughts, it's light, it's floating. And is energy of floating inside. Very light, easy, no stress, no tension. And this is a very profound level of enlightenment. And there is one more meaning of the light, is the bright, 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 shining light. And this is the highest level of consciousness. When the space is filled, the field of space is filled with light. This is the field of the sun. Around the sun is light, is a field of light, 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 light. Everywhere light, rays of light. And the light has the power, the rays. That's why they name it pray. Pray for the ray. Pray, ray. The rays of light is raising and raising and raising the holy sea. Up, 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 up. The spiritual rays of light is raising. And this I is above all the matter. All the matter is power. But in this power is peace. Very, very much peace. Very much peace. Is peace, is one. The space is made of one single piece. The entire space below the dome and above the dome is one single piece. The space is the same. The energy what is flowing beyond the dome, yes, is very different, very powerful, very, very powerful light. And below the dome is less energy, but the space itself is space. Everything is in space. The body is moving thanks to the space. So the space is already here. That's why we can to experience this peace, because it's already here. Space is here. Space is the nature, is the platform of consciousness. And the more space, more inner space is inside, is more peace. More and more peace. The number one reason that the great fraud came into existence about the shape of the earth is to create the illusion that in space are many dangerous things, meteorites and all kind of aliens. Alien is a lie. Alien, a lie. It's simple. Those aliens, what they present, is a lie. Is everything made up by them? The angels are what is above the dome. They, of course, they are not earthly beings. The sun is not an earthly being. It's not coming from the earth. So in this meaning, yes, the souls, many souls who are free of incarnation, are living in space. Completely agree, but not that aliens, ugly aliens who come in with spaceships and all kind of creatures. What they want to scare in out the world. That the danger is coming from space. And the huge lie about the space is that in space is no life, is vacuum. But the space is filled with life, is filled with light beyond the dome. Nikola Tesla said this, the greatest scientist, maybe in the last 10,000 years, or the greatest scientist of the 20th century. He said that is full of life, is electricity, light, electricity, power, energy. That's why he never believed in the theory of Einstein. And he was the first man who checked out his work, the famous theory of relativity. And after a few days he said, look, he's full of mistakes. I don't believe in this. I'll never believe in this. Because it's full of mistakes. It's nothing to do with the reality, he said. Correct? But why is that theory so important? Why is Einstein so important? Einstein, one stone. In German languages mean one stone. The theory of relativity, the E equal mc square, is a spiritual message. E stands for the ego, M stands for the matter, C stands for the light, and the square above the light is the Saturn. Is the meaning of Saturn. Because if you look good into other cultures, you will see that is a cube. The Saturn is a square, and the square stands for Saturn. So ego equals mc square, yeah? So as long as the matter is attached to the holy sea, to the eye of light, is under the power of the black sun. So the solution is the way out from the influence of the square of the black sun is for the holy sea, for the eye, to detach itself from the matter, which is the thought. And when it's detaching from the thought, it's realizing that it's space. And this space is feeding with peace. If this one sounds too far, too much for many, I want to speak about the black hole, because the theory of the black hole is coming from Einstein as well. I don't think that is his work at all, but they said this from him. The theory of the black hole is that if you look good to the pictures what they are showing, you will see that is nothing else than a sun eclipse. Some people say that is an X-planet, and it's quite possible, which belongs to the Saturn. But you can see clearly that is about sun eclipse. And when you understand that is about the sun eclipse, you will look and you can ask any astrologist that is bringing disasters in this world. All the sun eclipses. If you look at the Statue of Liberty, which I think is the statue of Lucifer, you will see that in the right hand, the statue is holding a torch. An entity needs a torch when it's living in darkness. When you live in the world of the sun, you don't need torch. When it's a sunny atmosphere, a sunny space outside, you don't need, because it's the sun, correct? So this is the message that is in a dark world. And in the left hand, some people believe is the Bible. It's not. It's a book. And on that book is right 4th of July 1776, I think. But on that date, if you go back and you look that date, you will see that is a sun eclipse. And some people believe that is the is the Statue of Freedom, is a statue of slavery. And the crown, from what is made the crown of the statue? From spikes. It's radiating suffering. The corona of spike is radiating suffering, not light. When in this inner space, I was looking at the sky, and I saw many, many stars. And my guides asked me, what do you see on the sky? And I said, stars, many, many lights. Lights, lights, lights. And the voice said, those lights are, in reality, they are aerials. They are aerials. Aerial, real. That's why they name it aerial. Because the aerial is transmitting the reality. And all the stars, what are connected to the sun, they are light, very bright light, and they always emanate light. They are connected to the sun. But not all the stars are your friend. Those ones who are connected to the black sun are not your friends. Before, if you go in a cinema, before the movie starts, what is there? Light. And after the movie is finished, what is happening? The light is coming back. This is a cycle of ego. Before the ego came into existence, the light exists, the being of light. And after the ego is finished, the soul is light again. You see the dark entities, these dark energies. The black sun is very, very clever. He applied the Christmas. You see, this traditional Christmas, what we celebrate, what should be in the honor of Jesus Christ, the birth of Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ said, I am the truth. I am the truth. He invented a fictional entity named Santa Claus. So a fraud. He dressed him up in red and white because the magnet has two poles, red and white. And this entity has to work for the magician. The society took it very easy because it came in a very nice, like a very nice guy who is bringing gifts, is fulfilling desires, is bringing gifts of matter. because he knew that if he create an entity what is bringing gifts of matter, then the society will completely ignore the truth, because the truth is bringing light. The Son of God is bringing light. The gift of the Son is light. And like this, the society embraced the Santa Claus. That's why in the Western society, for a long time, Christmas is identified with Santa Claus. Is seen as a hero. The fraud is seen as a hero. And they teach the kids from small that if they receive gifts, sweets and all kind of toys, then to accept the fraud is okay. It's no problem. Then the Christmas tree is a dead tree. The people are cutting it out from the forest and they bring it in the house, correct? But that tree is in the shape of the pyramid. And the pyramid is a crypt. The famous pyramid of the Freemasons, yeah? And what do they put in the top of the pyramid? The star. And they believe that that star is a nice decoration, is innocent. Because on the top of the pyramid is the eye, the devil eye, correct? And then you have the globes. How do they decorate? They decorate the Christmas tree with lights. Instead, because the King of Light is out of the Christmas already, because all the attention is going to the tree, to the dead tree, and to the gifts and Santa Claus, they decorate. They put the light on the dead tree, and then they put globes, because the globalists are running the system of the corporations. So the Christmas tree is nothing else, just the symbol of the corporation. That's why now the currency will be named cryptocurrency. And the world will go to cryptocurrency. And it's going already. It's not that will go. It's switching very fast to cryptocurrency. And this is the currency, man. This is the way to live here, you know. This is the solution to live in a cryptocurrency world. Now you tell me, how wise is this celebration? And I can see this in the presence of the space. I receive this in the presence of the space, when I'm free of the mind. And I'm free of the thoughts. It's coming through the mind, but it's coming from very wise entities who are opening my eye. Very, very simple. They are opening and it's flowing. You see, information is coming, but this is wisdom. This is very high knowledge. In numerology, the sun is number 1, because the sun is the king of non-duality. Imagine a world who realize that their entity, their complete entity, is the eye of the sun. Every soul is one eye of the sun. Imagine a world where when they realize that all what are they is a holy sea of light. That moment is no wars, no conflicts, because it's not something for what to fight. The light is the end of the fight. The sun is the real tree, the real Christmas tree, the tree of Christ, the tree of life, that is the tree of light. Because from the sun is coming the souls, the eye of the sun. So here are billions of eyes of the sun, and each eye has light. When the eye of the individual is connecting with the sun, is creating a ray of light between the sun and the eye. The soul is not visible with the eyes, but is a spiritual light. What is connecting there is a flow of energy. One of the most interesting thing what I realized when I connect with the sun is that before I go to sleep, I always visualize the sun, and I remember all my dreams, even if it's coming all kind of nonsense dreams, but I remember clearly, which I couldn't do it before. And it was very, very interesting. Then in the morning I do the same exercise. I visualize the sun. And as much time I have during the day, I visualize the sun. And that moment straight away, everything is, even if I have a heavy day or hard day, I feel peace. I feel the nutritions of the light. The light is a wonderful nutrition for the mind. Is wonderful. The mind love it, the brain love it. Every single cell in the body love light. You can go to the best nutritionist in the world and ask, what is the best food for me? What is the best food out there? And if the nutritionist is good, he will say you that one who absorb the most amount of light. Because the ego is identified with the mind is the moon, is the inner moon. The moon is Luna. So this world is a lunatic world, as long as it's identified with the moon, correct? With the mind. And this is the huge, enormous shift what is coming into this world. From a lunatic world to a sun world. To a very, very, very sunny, light world. And in this world will be able to live only beings of light. Pure, clean souls. the reason that they name it attention, the awareness, is because this eye is creating tensions as long as it's stuck into the mind.
To the sun, my guiding light, with your warmth you chase away the night. I honor the elements, the wisdom they bring. In your embrace, my spirit takes wings. With the wind, you stir my soul. Inspiration flows, making my heart whole. With every whisper, you ignite the fire, filling me with passion, lifting me higher. To the sun, my guiding light, with your warmth you chase away the night. I honor the elements, the wisdom they bring. In your embrace, my spirit takes wing. Lowell Adler, with your vision so clear, you show me the path, transforming my fear. Your wings of insight guide me on my way. Through the shadows of doubt, you help me to stay. You remind me of my place in the tapestry of life, within the cosmos embrace. We are all connected, a part of the whole. As the sun shines down, igniting my soul. To the sun, my guiding light, with your warmth you chase away the night. I honor the elements, the wisdom they bring. In your embrace, my spirit takes wing. Oh, radiant sun, thank you for your grace, for the gifts of the elements that time can't erase. As I walk this journey, I carry your light. With every step I take, you guide me through the night.